Welcome to Meet JMT, Insights from Within, a series that introduces our industry professionals and provides them the opportunity to share their professional experiences, personal reflections, and sources of inspiration as individuals working in the architecture, engineering, and construction sectors.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another Meet JMT podcast. My name is Jennifer, and I'm your host and digital marketing manager here at JMT. Today, we have a special podcast recording for you all. In celebration of Veterans Day, we have Andy Knaster joining us. He is a senior systems analyst for our JMT Technology Group, and he's based out of our Hunt Valley, Maryland office. Thank you so much for being here today. Could you share a little bit more about yourself, your role here at JMT, and also, since we're celebrating Veterans Day, I'd love to hear what this day personally means to you.
Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate the opportunity. So I'm a senior systems analyst with the Technology Group, and one of the primary things a systems analyst does is gather and document requirements. Our developers use these requirements to create the programs that they're working on. Also, I'm a journeyman, what they call a matrixed employee. I do various things like technical writing, curriculum development, digital accessibility, compliance, and even some light programming. So Veterans Day. Veterans Day is special to me for a couple of reasons. The first of which is when I was 18, I was failing out of college. I had no discipline. So I went and I enlisted. And after I got back from basic training, my grades jumped up, my self-esteem jumped up. I married my wife of now 41 years, and I just learned so many amazing things, but also on a national scale. I'm so thankful that we have Veterans Day because there are millions of men and women who have raised their hands and voluntarily pledged to serve us, to help defend our nation. And every one of those people, whether they've been a reservist or a guards person or they've mobilized to war, they all deserve acknowledgement. I'm just so thankful every November 11th when that rolls around.
Thank you so much for your service, by the way, and thank you for that additional introduction. What were some of your inspirations when you were choosing your professional career?
To be a great analyst, you have to be skilled at listening and interviewing, documenting, and communicating. I learned that I had these skills when I was in the Army because I didn't know before. And I had the good fortune of having opportunities to prepare lesson plans and presentations and deliver training starting at age 19. When I left active duty, I had a bunch of different jobs. In the early 2000s, I was a programmer, and during that job, I encountered my first business analyst. When he explained to me what he does for a living and allowed me to shadow him while doing his work, I realized that analysis was what I wanted to do. Since then, every job I've had, including my 4+ years at JMT, was as a business analyst or systems analyst. I never get tired of it. One of the great things about being an analyst at JMT is that I get to work in various company sectors. Every time I work in a sector, I get to learn about that sector. As a lifelong learner, this gives me a great sense of personal fulfillment.
It's great to hear how your experiences in the Army really helped you to develop those key skills for your career as an analyst. Can you talk about a significant project you've worked on and how that may have impacted you, our company, or even the AEC or technology industries as a whole?
The Technology Group is diversifying the services that we offer to customers. And I was on a tech writing job for the Ohio Department of Transportation with one of my favorite people in the company, Maria Martin. Together, we delivered a roadway information manual that was almost 600 pages long. It was a complicated project because we had to use out-of-date manuals, a wide variety of documents, and much information gathered through interviews. Additionally, we had to ensure the manual was digitally accessible to comply with the state's accessibility requirements. We got to learn what each of us was best at, and we incorporated that knowledge into an effective division of labor. The manual is located on the Ohio DOT site right now. After doing that, I was given the opportunity to work on many more technical writing projects, expanding the scope of what JMT and JMT Technology Group can do.
Completing a nearly 600-page manual sounds quite intimidating, but it's impressive that this project has opened up more opportunities for you in technical writing, but also helping to really diversify the services that JMT and JMT Technology have to offer. Are there any hobbies or interests outside of work that you really feel have influenced your professional journey?
On top of being a lifelong learner, I'm also a lifelong educator. As I previously mentioned, I discovered my love for being an educator while I was in the Army. But it wasn't until I was in my 50s that I got serious about pursuing that. For decades, I've been doing formal and informal education sporadically. In 2011, I did something about that. I went back to school and earned a Master of Information Systems degree. I was so committed to the degree program that I graduated with a 4.0 GPA and was inducted into an International Honor Society. 2 weeks after I graduated, I pursued a postgraduate degree in education, focusing on curriculum and instruction. In 2016, I graduated from that program with an education specialist degree, and within a year, I was working as an adjunct professor at California Baptist University. I teach 11 different courses for the university's traditional program and their online and professional services program. Thankfully, JMT has granted me several opportunities to apply what I learned. This side career provided me with a way to do what I love on a part-time basis while staying in my chosen profession of business systems analysis.
Congratulations on your many accomplishments, and it's very inspiring to hear about your story as both a lifelong learner and educator. I'm so glad we were able to share a part of your journey on the podcast today. Before we leave, were there any closing thoughts or even words of wisdom that you would like to leave our listeners with?
All of us lead multifaceted lives. A key to happiness and fulfillment is to invest time in those facets of our lives outside of the office and sometimes within it. I'll leave it to the English poet William Cowper on a word of wisdom. He wrote, "Variety's the spice of life that gives it all its flavor." Time can never be saved for another day. Spend your time on doing things that add value to your life.
Thank you for tuning in, and we hope you enjoyed the Meet JMT podcast today. Remember to subscribe, post a review, and of course encourage your friends and colleagues to do the same.